I love bread. What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby and I post all kinds of videos related to health, wellness, lifestyle. I have been also slightly documenting my quarantine weight gain journey. I posted a video a couple months ago about how I gained 35 pounds this past year and what I'm kind of trying to do to get out of that. I don't want to talk too much about that in this video, but I do want to mention that a lot of these groceries have contributed to me going down a size in my tights, like my leggings. Yes, I'm wearing leggings every single day still, it's fine, but I did go from an extra large down to a large, at least in these leggings, which are my favorite. So I guess there is something to be said for that. If you do want to follow along on this journey with me, if you're interested in seeing what I'm doing, definitely make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any videos from me. And of course, if you do enjoy this video today, definitely make sure to give it a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. I am trying to hit 400 subscribers and I would love if you would be a part of that. Moving on, like I said, today we are doing like a healthy grocery haul, and I say healthy that way because healthy is so subjective. What works for one person may not work for another person. You're actually gonna see there's some things here today that you may be surprised by, because usually when you see these kind of like healthy grocery hauls, what I eat in a day type things, it has a certain kind of look and feel to it, and I don't quite have that same vibe. I have struggled with like disordered eating for a while in the past. I am doing much better, but part of that has been me challenging my restrictions around foods, my food rules, and things like that. So a lot of the things that you'll see today, you may be like, oh my god, I couldn't possibly eat that to lose weight. Are you kidding me? But I'm here to tell you that is not the case. I have proven it. I'm gonna stop talking about that. Let's just go ahead and get into this haul. I do want to make this a little bit short and sweet for you. I live in Ontario. We've been in lockdown since the day after Christmas. Regardless of that, throughout this whole pandemic, I've been pretty much getting grocery deliveries every single week instead of going to the grocery store. One, so flippin' convenient, and two, the world is scary. I don't want to go to the grocery store if I don't have to. I feel very lucky that I don't have to go to the grocery store. So today's order is from Grocery Gateway. That is run by Longo's, which is a grocery store here in Ontario. Not sure if it goes anywhere else in Canada. I do also use Voila by Sobeys sometimes, which is like a little bit cheaper depending on what you get. But yes, I just thought that was worth mentioning in case you were wondering if Longo's is any good or not. I'm just gonna do the frozen stuff really quickly because I want to put it back in the freezer. One thing that may be surprising, bread. I love bread. This is literally one of my favorite foods. Bread and butter is like, I don't know what I would do in my life if I couldn't have bread. So this here is the Rudolph's Bavarian rye bread. These make such good grilled cheeses, like the crisp, unbelievable. It's our favorite grilled cheese bread. And then I also love making this with like some butter, maybe like an omelet or something like that. And then these here are my favorite bagels. This is Silver Hills Sprouted Power Bagels. So sprouted wheat and sprouted grains are apparently easier to digest. I don't know if I've necessarily noticed that much of a difference, but I just really like these bagels. So this is the cinnamon raisin one. Sometimes I get plain. And then I love to have these with some cream cheese. This week we were in the mood for some ice cream. Now, I'm pretty good with ice cream. Not good, but I tend to only have a serving just naturally. Like, I don't really realize it, but I tend to just get sick of it after like a serving. I think there's 4 servings in each one of these, and I usually end up eating like a quarter every time that I eat it. This is the Ben & Jerry's Salted Caramel Almond. This is the Ben & Jerry's Half Baked. If you haven't tried this, this is insane. It's like half like chocolate brownie with massive brownie chunks and half cookie dough with massive cookie dough chunks. And then this one is a vanilla ice cream with roasted almond slivers, fudge flakes, and salted caramel swirls. We love having ice cream just because sometimes you get a craving and you just want some ice cream. Now, I have tried like Halo Top, some of the lower calorie ice creams, but honestly it's just not the same. For me at least, I know some people really like them and don't mind it, but I can just like feel and taste the sugar alcohols, and it's just not worth it for me. I would rather, personally for me, just like eat the real thing. But again, entirely subjective. Do what you'd like to do. I'm gonna go ahead and get into produce. So this may not seem like a lot of produce this week because we did order HelloFresh. We were using HelloFresh and Good Food at the beginning of the pandemic for a while, and then we've taken a break for the past few months. And we actually just got like a really good deal where we get like 50% off our first order, then 30% off the next one, and so on and so on. And I was like, well, that's way too good of a deal to pass up. I'm having the hardest time with recipe inspiration lately and just wanting to cook. So having it all like measured out for me, I've got an instruction card, and it's a lot of foods that like I probably would never make myself, so we're just having a lot of fun with it. I will actually put in the description box below a like referral link to HelloFresh, which will get you some kind of percentage off. I'm honestly not sure what it is. I don't know if it's a percentage or a dollar amount, and then if you do happen to use that, I'm pretty sure that I also will get like a discount on my next order. So if you wanted to do that, that would be lovely. No pressure. But like I said, we did get HelloFresh this week, so our produce is like a little bit on the lower end. We got some grape tomatoes. Today I'm actually filming a eating TikTok recipes for 24 hours video, which you will actually see before this. So if you're interested, I will link that just up here for you. This is going for the famous tomato feta pasta that everybody's trying right now. A mango. To be honest, this one's kind of weird looking. I don't know if it's going to end up being good or not, but I guess we're going to find out. This is for a avocado mango salsa. That's gonna go with this red onion, some lime, and some cilantro. This is part of one of my favorite recipes. It's a Chrissy Teigen Cravings recipe. It's like this like chipotle chicken with a mango avocado salsa and a coconut sticky rice. So good. It also just feels so fresh. And then on top of that one red onion, I did also get a bag of just cooking onions. And I did get a bunch of avocados. I got 5, and I didn't realize they were gonna be this big. But they were 4 for $5, and if not, they were $2. So like, how do you pass that up? We did also get 2 cucumbers. These are a staple for us. We love to eat these in the middle of the day. Usually we eat a whole one. Like I'll have half, Chris will have half. They're really good if you add like a little bit of vinegar with like salt and pepper. I'm actually kind of obsessed with green bell peppers lately. I was off of them for a while, and I was only buying like the red, orange, and yellow ones, which are so expensive here. I don't know why they're so expensive. The green bell peppers are so much cheaper, and I've been having this with some like Greek yogurt ranch as a midday snack as well. And I got a couple of broccoli crowns. These I love to roast with some like Parmesan, herb seasoning, a little bit of spray avocado oil. Roasted broccoli is definitely my favorite way to do it. Got some grapefruits. We love grapefruit for breakfast. These are the little baby ones, so we'll probably each have one. Now, dairy is a fun one for me because I was terrified of dairy for a while. I was convinced that like dairy is the root of all of my problems, that it was what was causing my like sinus problems I had for a few years, that it was contributing to my multiple sclerosis, that it was making me overweight. So many things. Everybody tells you dairy is the worst thing in the world. But once I started slowly introducing dairy into my diet and stopped letting it have power over me, and I stopped being scared of it, it's made my life so much easier. Like, I cannot explain to you. My #1 dairy product is goat cheese. This is just a log here. I did like rip this open already because I love goat cheese. I used to eat this with like crackers, like baguette crackers, but now my favorite way to eat this is on pasta. I make this tomato pasta with either chicken or hot Italian sausage. I make it with zucchini, spinach, and like a vodka sauce or something like that, and add this to it, and it gets like melty and soft. So freaking good. We also grabbed some feta, which again is going with one of the TikTok recipes today. It'll be paired with those tomatoes. These cheese slices are my saving grace lately. I absolutely love taking one of these cheese slices. I fold it in half twice and get 4 pieces out of 1 slice. And then I love to pair it with these La Panzanella crackers. These are my favorite crackers. These are so good. And like I said, I'll have it with some of this. These are also great for grilled cheeses. This here is just a pack of, sorry, the glare is terrible. This is a pack of like assorted salami. I get this almost every single week. I like to pair it with like the cheese slice and like some crackers, and maybe I'll have some veggies on the side. It makes me feel like I'm having like a little bit of like a cheese board or an adult Lunchable. Butter, because I am no longer afraid of cooking with butter. Butter is so good. It makes everything taste so much better. I mentioned cream cheese on bagels earlier. Alright, one of my next favorite things here is bone broth. So this is the Bone Brewhouse traditional bone broth. This keep in the freezer and then you thaw it like the day before you're ready to use it. I love this. It's such a good source of protein and it really just ends my night so comfortably. We've also kind of been like on the soup train lately, so here we have a broccoli and cheesy cheddar soup. Yesterday we actually had the Tim Hortons like canned cream of broccoli soup, which is actually really good. We had it with some nice like fresh sourdough bread that we got from like a small local bakery here in Toronto. But soup is just so easy. You literally throw it in a pot, let it heat up, and then you eat it. And I've been all about convenience lately because I'm so Speaking of convenience, we got some sauces here. This is the Classico vodka sauce. We really like this one for that pasta that I just described. I like to look at my labels and kind of check out like the fat and where's the fat coming from. Like if it's super canola oil based, I try to like limit that a little. Also some barbecue sauce. This is Sweet Baby Ray's. This one is more of an indulgence. This does have 16 grams of sugar, which is very, very high. Sweet Baby Ray's is unbelievable barbecue sauce. It is so good. I also always have a can of coconut milk. Every grocery order I'm pretty much getting one because I'm using one every single week. There's this really good like Thai chicken curry that I really like to make that's super easy. Alright guys, we are getting close to the end here. Last few items. I always have a couple cans of no salt added crushed tomatoes just because it is only tomatoes. Believe it or not, this has a lot of fiber in it and I'm prioritizing my fiber a lot lately. I've noticed a huge difference in my digestive system with prioritizing my fiber intake. These I love to make like a spaghetti bolognese sauce, like a lasagna, a chili. There's so many things that you can do with this. I also make sure to always have on hand 2 things of almond milk. So I get a plain like original unsweetened almond milk and then I get an unsweetened vanilla. This will tend to go with like my pre-workout cereal in the morning if I'm making like a baking recipe or something like that. And then I get this sometimes if I ever need to like add it to a sauce and I don't feel like using dairy. And the last 2 things today, we ended up getting this gluten-free fusilli pasta. Fusilli is like Chris and I's favorite pasta right now. I actually also really like this gluten-free one. It's not the one that I ordered, but it's I guess what they had, so this is what they sent. This is made out of corn, rice, buckwheat, and quinoa. This is one of my favorite gluten-free ones. That will go with that pasta, the chicken, like goat cheese pasta I was talking about. And then last but not least, we got this massive bag of pasta. This is called Scooby-Doo, which I had no idea there was a pasta called Scooby-Doo. I think it's also known as like cavatappi, you know. And this is the pasta that was used for that tomato feta pasta recipe, so that's what I'll be making later today. Alright guys, I think I got everything here. I would say this is like a very typical like week in my life of eating. I don't buy most of this stuff every single week, like all of those cheeses and things like that. They usually last me probably like 2 weeks or so. I'm trying to be mindful. Like I said, I want to make sure I'm getting my fiber. I want to try to get as many macronutrients in as possible with some produce and things like that, but I'm keeping the stress very low, very minimal, because the stress is so much worse than anything else. But yeah, I hope I gave you some helpful tips today. You got some maybe meal ideas from me, maybe a little bit of inspiration for your grocery list. So that is it for today. I really hope that you will subscribe, stick around with us, check in on my quarantine like weight gain journey. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you back here for my next video on Friday. Bye!